Omni Edition Sports presents from Garden City High School in Garden City, Michigan, Cougar football. Tonight, the Garden City Cougars take on the Crestwood Chargers. It's homecoming 2017. Hi, everybody. Dan York along with Jeremy Jenkins and Ted Fournier as we get ready to bring you this great tradition in Garden City. A big crowd here on a cool night. Ted Fournier, no matter how good or bad the teams are, homecoming is always a huge day in high school football.
Well, this is a great game tonight that we're going to have two teams evenly matched, both coming in here with one victory. This is the 6th week of high school football. A lot of teams are fighting for playoff positions. Tonight, I'm sure if you were in both locker rooms or on the Crestwood bus, you'd hear the word pride. These two teams that come in here playing for pride. They're 2 miles apart, so they have bragging rights. And I'm sure if you had bugged the locker room, that would be the #1 word tonight.
Jeremy Jenkins, you played high school football. How big was homecoming for you?
It was everything. That was easily the biggest game of the year. It was the game that everybody got most excited for, whether it be the parents, the students, the teachers. It's just a really fun week. And then there's some extra pressure on the line as a player where you want to perform not only for your team and yourself, but also for the entire school since everybody's so excited.
And I imagine it can also be a distraction, though, too, because it might take some of your focus off of the field.
It can be, but when it comes down to it, it's still just another football game, too. I mean, all the halftime festivities and everything that's going on before the game, we're in the locker room. You're not worrying about what's going on out there. You're still focused on the game. So, I mean, to some extent, it can be a little distracting, but overall, still just a game you got to go out and win.
We had a little rain come through here just about a half an hour ago. Actually, kind of a heavy shower that came through for a minute. The temperatures have cooled this week from temperatures near 90 degrees. We are in the upper 60s right now. A little bit of a breeze is coming out of the northwest. It's been like that most of the day, so we'll see if that breeze has anything to do with this contest here tonight. So deep for Garden City will be McDaniel, Raymond, and Castogne, and kicking off for the Chargers will be Bilal Hamadi. So the Cougars and the Chargers. Garden City with a couple of crucial injuries. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But they're missing some big people. One of the players you'll see here tonight that we haven't seen all year is Alex Sherlock. She is Garden City's kicker. She hurt her ACL playing soccer last year. We thought she might not play at all this year, but she is going to play in place of Nick Janice tonight, who messed up his ankle at the last Garden City game. So he is not available, so they needed a kicker. So Alex, and when I saw her in warm-ups, had that full ACL brace on. So she's going to be playing with that brace on as far as I know. There's a squib kick. And we are underway here at Garden City High School, and it is picked up by McDaniel. And McDaniel working east and west rather than north and south. He'll be brought down by Murray, and Garden City will get the ball just inside their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
And that's rule #1, Dan. You don't run east and west on a kickoff. That doesn't help the team. You have to go up the field, and at no point did McDaniel even look to go up the field. So he ran a lot, probably ran about 40 yards back and forth.
Chase McGraw will be at quarterback for Garden City. He has been the starter for most of the snaps this season. In the backfield with him is David McDaniel. Ian Castogne, Garden City's best two-way player and best overall player, and that's where they'll get most of their help on offense and defense here tonight. And they give there the quarterback keeper rather for McGraw, and McGraw will pick up about 7 on that one.
And that's something that Garden City wants to do early, is establish the run game. They average about 138 yards per game on the ground. If you can control the line of scrimmage early, you can set the tone for the rest of the game.
I also would like to let you know, Dan, that was not the beer that Garden City ran out of.
Ted and I had a conversation about that before we started, how Ted identifies every play as the Veer ever since he saw We Are Marshall. 2nd down and 2 for Garden City. 2 in the backfield for the Cougars. McGraw with a man in motion. And he'll give it to the second man through, and picking up the first down for Garden City is Ethan Chalawa. So Chalawa brings it over midfield for the Cougars, and they'll pick up their first down of the game. Temperatures in the upper 60s here tonight. Again, it had been hot, but this is pretty good football weather.
Yeah, that weather broke just in time, middle of the week. Expecting it to be a little chilly here tonight by the time the sun goes down.
Man in motion coming this way is Ian Castonier. And there's give going the other way to McDaniel. McDaniel will battle his way ahead for about 3.
McDaniel with the carry for Garden City.
Just over that Cougar pond. It'll put him at the 48-yard line.
That Cougar Pond, new addition to the field for the game this week.
Boy, it is raining to our north and to our east. I don't think that's headed for us, but you can tell that the clouds are emptying out around us. A beautiful sunset, though. Oh, my goodness. So second down for Garden City. Naked backfield. And there's the give going the other way for Ethan Chalawa. And Chalawa probably only picks up 1 or 2.
The Chargers are working out of a 3-4 defense, 3 down linemen, but they bring 2 linebackers up on each side in standing up position. So effectively they have 5 people along the line of scrimmage.
So crucial third down for Garden City. We'll call it third down and a long 6. One man in the backfield, that's McDaniel. And McGraw goes the other way. This is Castonier, or Chalawa rather, Ethan Chalawa, and Garden City is well short of a first down.
Now that, Dan, they did run out of the veer. They have 2 wings and then only 1 wide receiver. Very tight formation. I would go for it here. It's early in the game. You got nothing to really to lose, and I believe in keep the ball as long as you can.
They're stuck in that no man's land too.
Right, where it's too close to punt almost. Garden City in a tight formation. They're going to try power it forward for these 3 yards.
Crestwood's loading up in the box there too.
McGraw fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right. He dumps it off, and Cameron Walter, who has been rather sure-handed this year, drops a first down pass, and Garden City will turn it over on downs.
Well, they made a mistake. They hit him in the hands. I mean, you got to catch that ball, and if he had caught it, he had 15 more yards at least going down the field. But you took a chance, and it wasn't the wrong play. It was just didn't perform correctly.
Looks like he was trying to run with the ball before it was actually in his hands. And you could argue on that too that McGraw could have kept the ball and easily picked up the first down on the ground too.
So at quarterback for the Chargers will be Trayvon Generate.
It looks like the receiver is offsides on this side.
And a flag on the play, so we'll see what the call is.
It's number 3 lined up offsides.
So it'll be first down and 15.
He broke the huddle, just came, he didn't even look down the line to see if he was on side. Here he comes out again. Let's see if he looks this time.
So first and 15 at the 38-yard line for the Chargers. Jenner with that foot kick and another flag.
He might have been offsides again.
Ruling a false start on that.
Really? 3 came out there.
Snap infraction on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
2 bad penalties early for Crestwood. They're backing themselves up before they can even attempt to gain any yardage.
So first and 20. So good situation for Garden City as Crestwood backs up to their 34. Man in motion. They're going to try this play until they get it right. Jennett rolls out. He's got a lot of pressure, and he is sacked. Looks like Evan Bringold was in there for Garden City. Jay Castonier was in there. Ben Blair in there for the Cougars.
The first couple plays that Garden City ran offensively, I think showed the coaching staff something. They now believe their defense, their line can beat the Crestwood line. And that might have been part of the reason they went for it on 4th down. The line on Crestwood is been beaten almost every play.
So 2nd down and a country mile. 29 yards to go for Crestwood. Fidel lines up at this end, a man in motion. And another flag against the Chargers, I believe.
Boy, if you are the Garden City defense and the Garden City coaching staff, you have to be licking your chops here and full steam ahead, sending pressure on them because, like you said, it is a mile to go.
It's I've counted, I've used all my digits. I think it's
34, right?
35 yards.
34, 35 yards to go. Man in motion. Play without a flag so far. Penetration by Garden City. And that one was intended for Jaquan Smith, but incomplete and 3rd down.
Have you ever seen a pass thrown out of fear? That was it.
Jay Castonier was on his horse in that backfield.
He just broke it. Nobody touched him. He just went.
So 3rd down rather.
3rd down and 34 for the Crestwood Chargers, ball at their own 25.
They are at their 19-20 yard line.
For you, those of you at home, if you don't really know what the situation is, the ball is near Ford Road, and they have to go pretty close to Warren to get their 1st down.
That's a pretty accurate description.
So there is the give on the other side to number 10, Smith. Smith still
Ball's
on his feet.
on the ground.
Fumble on the play and recovered by Garden City. 35 on the fumble recovery, Evan Bringold. So if things weren't bad enough for Crestwood, they turn it over. And Garden City will get it deep in Crestwood territory. Let's see it. And he lost it just as he was going down.
McDaniel was the one who knocked it loose.
So 1st and 10 for Garden City at the Crestwood 30. And a golden opportunity now for the Cougars. Ian Castonier, one of the wideouts near us. Tyson Doyle on the other side. And a give over tackle and a nice gain there by Ethan Chelowa. Ian Chelowa, his brother, injured this week.
They're leaning on him a lot early here, too. We were expecting to see more from Ian Castonier and McDaniel, but so far the workhorse back has been Chelowa.
And the Garden City coaches had told me before they are working on keeping the two-way play to a minimum. And one of the ways they're probably doing that is by giving the ball a little less to Castonier. Chase McGraw in the shotgun. Tough snap. Might have been a broken play. And McGraw still on his feet, gets the 1st down. Don't know if that was a broken play or not. He had a little trouble with the snap. He might have been looking at Ethan Chelowa for the give.
Well, anytime the quarterback has to bend down and pick the ball off the ground, it's probably a broken play. They don't design.
There you see. And look at that hole, though. Look at the hole that Garden City's offensive line opened up for McGraw.
I think the Garden City offensive coach looked at that first couple plays and said, we're going to wear this line down.
It almost looked like they wanted to hand it off to Chelowa coming across the middle. He might have kept it himself either way. Yeah, that was broken.
There's the give. And picking up at least 5 yards there, I believe, was David McDaniel.
And that's a setup play. They're going to run that play, and the next time that the player on the left wing is going to come on and get a pitch. But when you get 5 yards on a setup play, you got a pretty good line drive.
Second-year coach Jim Baker coming out about 15 yards onto the field or about 10 yards onto the field to give the play to his quarterback. So 2nd and 5 now for Garden City at the Crestwood 10-yard line. Chellowa and McDaniel in the backfield. Doyle in motion. And nothing there.
Well, that play started off ugly and went downhill.
The stop and Al Sabady with the stop for Crestwood.
The left side of the Garden City line didn't get anybody blocked on that play.
So 3rd down and about 4 for Garden City.
Ball spotted on the 10-yard line on Crestwood.
Big play here, especially with your kicker out. This is pretty much 4th down territory as well.
Not that Alex Sherlock isn't accurate, but this is her first game this season.
Yeah, but doesn't she hold the Garden City record for field goal? There's 5 yards. There's first down.
So that'll be your first down. So it's all academic, as they say. I don't know if she holds any records, because Jerry Leica, who kicked in the early 80s, and Bo Homburg, they both kicked
Well, the
some
last
45-yarders.
game last year, I think she had 8 points or 9 points in the game.
Oh, 8 extra points.
She had 5 extra points and a field goal.
Okay, that's probably a record for one game, for points in a game for a kicker.
And it might have been last year's homecoming game.
So 1st and goal for Garden City at the Crestwood 5-yard line. McGraw fakes to McDaniel, gives it to Chellowa. Chellowa does not find any open spaces, as Adam Husseini is one of the Chargers there to meet him for a loss.
And they went trying to run the jet sweep, one of their favorite plays on their playbook as well. Unfortunately, it looked like there might have been a running lane back inside, but Chellowa didn't see it, so he pushed it to the outside, and there was just a host of Crestwood defenders out there.
Well, your tight end and your lead blocker didn't seal on the right side, and they were able to just string that one out.
So really no loss on the play. 2nd and goal just from the other side of the 5-yard line now. And McGraw holds on to it, rolls out to his right. He's got a little pursuit.
I think he touched the.
The referee's going to say he stepped out right at the 5.
Right. The problem you have right now is with the short field, Crestwood's got 10 people in the box. They only had a safety outside of the box. So that really was the right play.
3rd down and goal for Garden City. Ball at the Crestwood 5.
Have to wonder here, though, if they're actually going to pass on 3rd down, the way they've been running the ball so far. But like you said, they are just loading up that box.
If you look at even before the play has started, you'll see the linebackers step up. The corners are in tight, and just the safeties outside the box.
Castone started to go wide, and Garden City's going to call timeout because you could see there was a little confusion as to the assignments on that play. So 3rd down and goal from the 5 for Garden City, one of the big tests, one of the first tests of the day for Garden City. We want to thank, as we always do, Lori, Jim, Matt, and everybody at Sports Venue, located in Kitty Corner to Garden City High School. They provide the crew meal to the volunteers here on Omni Edition Sports and GCTV. And they did so tonight. Ted, you actually got pizza. So
I got pizza.
We brought you pizza to
Broke my streak of never having crew meal. But I would like to say one thing about Sports Venue.
Yeah.
They have great food, great service, great atmosphere. They need a bigger parking lot. I got a big Ford. I can never park my truck in the parking lot.
Always leave them wanting more. So Ford and, or Middlebelt rather, and Maplewood, they are great supporters of the Garden City high school program. They're great supporters of everything in Garden City. We thank them for their contribution to us and their contribution to our community. So 3rd down and goal at the 5-yard line. T formation now for Garden City.
Let's see if the timeout worked. It was a good timeout.
From the shotgun. Quarterback keeps it. Quarterback is into the end zone. Touchdown, Garden City.
And that
So
was
Chase McGraw with a 2-yard carry for Garden City, and they're on the board.
Garden City used the Crestwood aggression from the defense against them on that play because they had 2 receivers spread out wide to each side, so that takes 2 guys out of the box. Fake it up the middle so it sucks in the defense, and then McGraw's able to just push it to the outside and walk in.
Even if he handed it off, the runner going up the middle would have scored. But Dan, give him 3 more yards on the touchdown.
Because
they started to play at the 5. You only gave him a 2-yard credit.
So Sherlock kicks successfully. She goes down, but I think she just slipped. And quickly the entire team comes. No, that's bad.
That could have, yeah, with the slippery grass.
Yeah, she's out there, and you can see she's out there with that brace on. So Sherlock with the point after.
Yeah, now, but did she have surgery on that knee?
She had ACL replacement.
Well, sometimes the first time you really use that knee,
well,
you pop.
She's kicking with the right one, so I don't know if that's not a matter of scar tissue.
Oh, that was her plant foot.
That's her plant foot.
That was
she
her plant foot.
lost it on the wet grass, but she's more, her back hurts more than I think anything.
Did they? Do we have a replay of it? Did she get hit?
No, she didn't. She just went down on the wet grass.
Let's hope it's nothing too serious. You'd hate to see that, though.
Rub a little dirt on it, she'll be okay.
That's right.
I agree, but you just hate to see that she comes back on her first kick and gets re-injured.
Toko and Smith deep for the Chargers. And not that she would be kicking off anyways, but Austin Lang will be kicking off for Garden City.
Lang was practicing onside kicks at the, before the game here.
The new in thing this year is that 10-yard pooch into that open zone.
Why not? You kick it to one of the speedsters, he's going to wind up at the 35 anyway.
They've changed the onside kick rules, but he does go deep, and it's taken at the 10-yard line. So this is Toko, and Toko is met at the 20.
Now that's good field position on a kickoff. You can stop your team at the 20. That's great field position.
So Bringold with the tackle for Garden City, and the Chargers get it back down 7-0 with 3:11 left in the first quarter.
Well, let's see if the Chargers can A, line up onside, B, not go into motion too quick, and C, go straight toward Warren instead of backing up.
This is our first of 2 50-50s. This is the orange ticket 50-50. First and 10 Chargers. Ball at their own 28.
So the quarterback with company in the backfield, and he'll give it to Smith. And Smith breaks through for a first down.
That was a really good blocking at the point of attack. He slipped through the hole, and first down at the 30. 31, we'll call it.
Looks like it'll be a couple yards short.
All right, so that's your roll. By the way, all the mistakes I make, you have to correct.
Understood.
You'll be busy.
So 2nd down and 2, man in motion. And the give, and wrapped up immediately by Chris Welton, I believe.
Well, he stacked that up.
Welton with the tackle of Harajli, the running back.
Harajli with the carry.
And he did not get the first down.
Welton leads the defense for Garden City.
So 3rd down and a yard for the Chargers.
3rd down and
Big early play for the Garden City defense if they're able to get Crestwood off the field here. 3 and out.
And maybe an equipment issue? Or does Crestwood want a timeout?
official timeout.
You know, I'm going to go on the limb here, but if I'm Crestwood,
He wants a measurement.
and it's 3rd down and that close, this is 4 down territory for me if I'm 1 and 4.
As long as you don't go backwards on that third down play,
Yeah.
then yeah, I completely agree. You should be able to get a yard or less than a yard.
And they may have it here, so we'll have to see. Did not make it.
A couple inches. Yeah, about a foot.
So a big 3rd down and 1 for Crestwood, a big 3rd down and 1 for Garden City.
You just get down, tap the, oh, they're going to run this. What?
Garden City blocks them up. Brendan Wilson there for Garden City.
Well, this is one of those situations, if he marks it with his left foot, it's a first down. If he marks it with his right foot, it's 4th down.
I don't think he got it.
I do.
Based off the spot, it kind of looks like it, but they're going to measure it again.
And official timeout.
I think he went backwards, didn't he?
Well, I don't think he went forward.
He might have gotten it by forward progress, but here we go. Let's take a look.
So he barely made it over the 30, as far as what I saw. And to be honest with you, that spot is about a yard too far. And they're still not going to make it. So 4th down.
Now tough decision here for head coach Mike Berry for Crestwood. Looks like they'll line up to go for it, but you'd have to think at this point they've been lining up exclusively in shotgun the entire time.
Which that's ridiculous. When you've got 1 inch to go, you just walk behind the center, tap him on the exterior, and go forward.
So they're going to go for it.
Yeah.
There he goes, lining up under center now.
See if Garden City's defense can hold. He got it. So the quarterback,
I actually think
Generic with a carry.
I think the right guard moved. And I thought I was looking for a flag there, but they didn't get it. No, when it's that close, the quarterback rocks up to the center, and the center and the quarterback find out where the hole is, and they walk into it. You have to fall forward for that first down.
So 1st and 10 now for the Chargers at the 34-yard line. And there's a jet sweep, and Garden City stuffs it out.
Well, when your first 5 steps are east and west, I just never liked that offense.
Dowridge with the carry. Bringold there to bring him down. Nice tackle.
So the right side of the line just collapsed for Crestwood, and
so loss of 3. 2nd and 13 as Garden City's defense has been outstanding on this series.
see if they get the play off in time here for the end of the quarter.
Man in motion and a flag.
Movement.
More than likely if they blew it dead. Crestwood's headed backwards.
The back judge, when he walked up, he's the one that threw the flag. He pointed to either left guard or left tackle, or right guard, right tackle. So,
and that's just a silly mistake that can't happen. They were trying to rush to beat the end of quarter clock, and they ended up jumping off sides in doing so.
Can you imagine the coaching staff? You're in week 6. And you can't get a playoff either because you're offsides, or that's the 6th or 7th penalty right now against Crestwood.
So 2nd down and 19, and they will flip sides as Garden City takes a 7-0 lead into the second quarter. as you see a nice shot of the Cougar Crazies here at Garden City High School on homecoming. A lot of alumni back here tonight from Garden City High School, from east, from west. We have got about 60 cheerleaders at least, maybe 100. And I think it's GCYAA, it's varsity, it's junior varsity. I believe there's alumni out there also. Pom Pom Girls had an alumni performance prior to this. And of course, we'll crown the homecoming queen at halftime, and we'll have that right here on Omnidition Sports GCTV.
I was just wondering, Dan, I've told you, you've crowned about 35 homecoming queens. How many can you name?
I can name the 2 from last year because they were twins.
So your memory's 1 year.
Yep, exactly. Then we clear the hard drive and start over.
I thought of that this afternoon. I said, Dan's been here for 30 odd years, what, 82, 83?
So 40, this is my 40th year doing PA. So second down and 18 for the Chargers. Generate with a handoff. And a nice tackle there of Smith. And a flag after the play.
Smith with a carry, 35. Ringo with a stop. Penalty marker on the play.
There's been a little bit of shoving earlier in the first quarter on the left side of the line. The receiver and the corner have not exchanged addresses or phone numbers yet.
So we'll hear from Gary Gillian, our referee.
Looks like it's going to be against Garden City the way the refs lined up.
Personal foul, late hit on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the play. It still will be second down. It did not get the yardage of gain.
So this still won't get it to a first down for the Chargers. But it'll get it close.
That's about as close as it gets. So far, the Crestwood offense is living and dying by the penalty.
Second down and about a yard for Crestwood.
And there's the first down. And Harajli is off to the races, and he's going to score. So Harajli with a 56-yard carry. And after Crestwood's unable to do anything all day, Harajli puts Crestwood on the board.
Well, they just broke through the line on that side. The corner was up tight because it was 2nd and 1, and they broke through the corner, and there's nothing but green grass between him and the end zone.
So that'll take the wind out of their sails. The Cougars.
That's a bad break. They've been owning the offensive line of Crestwood the entire night, and then the running back's just able to slip through.
So Hamadi will attempt the point after, and it was low, but I think he got it through there. It was more of a soccer kick, but it got through. And it's a 7-7 game with 11:37 remaining.
More than anything, that touchdown gives the momentum to the white jerseys. Now the blue jerseys are going to have to say what happened. I think they were feeling they had a good grip on this game as it was going on, but just breaking through the line. Here, watch that. .11:37, 7-7. Cougars are going to get the ball this time facing the other direction.
Big crowd, people still coming in here at Garden City High School on a very pleasant night now that the rain has gone through. There you see them. So Castonier is deep along with Raymond. And Hamadi will kick off. Raymond took a lot of snaps at quarterback last year for Garden City when Kyle Becker went down. but he has been very valuable on all over the field this year. And the big hop, and Raymond picks it up. Raymond with a little stutter step around the 30. He won't get much farther than that. And the Cougars will get it on their own 30-yard line with Bilal Beydoun with the tackle.
Still solid starting field position for the Cougars on that kick. It got past the initial line on what looked like a squib kick. And Raymond was able to bring it up a few yards.
So the Cougars moved the ball rather effectively their last series with that touchdown, but they just moved the ball well. Whereas Crestwood didn't move the ball at all and got a 56-yard run.
Timeout, Crestwood.
They had some assignment problems, it looks like.
They had trouble getting, the right people on the field. And that comes down to your defense coordinator, who has to make sure that the 11 know that they're going out there, and if he makes any changes, he has to be emphatic about it.
So you see Garden City's results till now. A home win against Robichaud, 28-14. But other than that, it's been some tough losses. That game at Dearborn, 31-21, a game that Garden City was leading late in it. They lost to a tough Flat Rock team, lost to a very tough Fordson team, and were with Etzel also for about a half before the Thunderbirds ran away with that one. So tonight, a big game for the Cougars, because they're looking for a big homecoming win and try to right the ship the rest of the way, because they go against a very tough Belleville team next week.
Well, those last two games, Clarenceville and North Farmington, are going to be very competitive. Oh,
McGraw with a hard snap.
It's going to be a false start, and he knows it too.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So that was against the Cougars, not against Crestwood. The Cougars thought it was against Crestwood.
At their own 25.
Well, 1st and 15 for the Cougars. I believe that's McDaniel lined up next to McGraw. And it's Castonier on that jet sweep that fell apart.
There's a flag on the play thrown by the ref.
So Beydoun, one of the Amin Beydouns, we've got two of them, unrelated.
That could be almost anything. Holding is usually when the
In that neighborhood, right?
the referee throws that.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards.
So Garden City now imitating Crestwood, and that they're pushing themselves back.
Well, you don't want to do that now because you just gave momentum. You gave up a 56-yard touchdown. Now you started at the 30.
First down at 25 for Garden City, while spotted at their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, now you're at the 13 or 12.
I'm not sure I see where the hold was.
So 27 yards Garden City needs for a first down. And breaking through for a nice gain there is Tyson Doyle.
And he's twirled out of bounds. That's a good pickup on a second down and really long. You get it back in chunks.
Right, and actually that was first down because they hadn't.
Oh yeah.
They'd drawn penalties on both their plays, so even better for Garden City. So that gets them to about a second down and 19 now. And again, how do you eat an elephant a little bit at a time, right?
I usually use hot sauce.
Well, you're not the norm. Not about anything, Ted. McGraw gives it to McDaniel. No, it's a quick pass. Nice play action by Garden City. And a nice quick pass to Ian Castonier. And Garden City gets closer to that first down.
Well, they're actually now have, it's about 6 yards to go because this series started on the 30. Crestwood has now put another lineman down on the ground with their hand on the ground. So it's a 4-3 because I don't think Crestwood believes Garden City's going to pass much here.
So 3rd down and 6. Garden City bunched up on the offensive line. 1 wide out, 2 men in the backfield. And there's the give to Castogne, but Castogne can't find any real estate, and he might have lost a yard. Castogne started to go north and south and decided to shoot off to the side.
See our first punt of the night now for either team.
I was watching the punts. The ball's what, on the 35-yard line?
32-ish.
Let's see if he doesn't get it to the 35, the other 35.
So Smith is deep for the Chargers. And Walter with the roll will get it down to the 32.
It looked like it hit Ethan Chelowa at about the 40.
Let's see what they call.
Well, if it was touched on above the 40, that's where it's dead.
Right, but the referees didn't react when it happened. I thought it touched too, which seems to be where they're settling. But there wasn't much of a reaction from the, I didn't hear a whistle. Yeah, it definitely hit him.
He didn't touch it.
Well, it touched him. How's that?
Yeah. It wasn't a conscious endeavor.
So actually Garden City gets a break there because they moved the ball about a yard behind where the contact actually came in. And once again, Garden City's defense swarming.
Well, Crestwood wanted to run the same play they went 56 yards on, and this time Garden City stopped it.
So Harajli on the carry. McDaniel led the defensive attack for the Cougars. Loss of a yard, 2nd down. We'll call it 11 for Crestwood on their own 41.
Looks like Garden City's going with the Michigan method of speed defense compared to trying to overpower the offensive line of Crestwood. They are flying around from every spot on the field.
When you don't have size, you got to have speed.
That's right. It's working.
Yeah.
Man in motion, fake. Quarterback rolls out to his left. He still has it. And he'll pick up a couple, but that's it. And Garden City's defense is swarming.
Actually a good run to get to the line of scrimmage.
Wilson in on the stop for Garden City.
So on the flip side of that too is when Crestwood doesn't have a line that can open up those holes for the running game. Crestwood's relying a lot on misdirection from their quarterbacks and the wingbacks coming in from the side. Trying to do anything they can to find a hole here or there. And it works for the one play, but so far Garden City's been snuffing it out rather easily.
So 3rd down and 9 for Crestwood on homecoming 2017. Cougar marching band debuting some new uniforms tonight. And Crestwood's going to call timeout.
I sure do like that red and blue look on the band.
Because you went to Franklin.
Yeah.
So is that the first timeout Crestwood's called? There we go. They've called 2. Rob Phillips just caught up on the scoreboard. Former athletic director Rob Phillips here tonight helping us out, running the scoreboard along with Todd Podizak running the clock. Kevin Kramus doing public address tonight, so I can do TV. That is Steve Fryer there in the orange shirt, and one of the Roffies in the blue shirt. I don't know which, can't tell them apart. And there's Jim Baker also. Hey folks, even though the weather is great, we're still talking about football. The Santaland Parade's coming up. The website, go to santalandparade.com, santalandparade.com, and you can sign up there to be in the parade. You can take a look at the information about being a sponsor, as there's the give and a 1st down for the Chargers. as Smith on the carry. No, I'm sorry.
It's 2 yards, about a yard short.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was looking at the 50 as the first down.
Again, we're in 4th down territory here, though. And like they did on that first 4th down, you got to line up under center and you got to pound the ball over the first down line here when you're this close.
So Jenneret at quarterback. This is his play, basically.
You know, we say that, but both teams have been doing student body left, student body right. And he's
in the pistol. And he gives it off. And they do pick up the first down with a handoff to Harajli.
It looks like Crestwood believes that they can beat the on their left hand. Their left side is going to beat the Cougar right side of the defense, and they've been pounding it over on that side.
So 1st and 10 at the 45. I don't know, boys. What do you think? Turnover right here?
That'd be awful nice. They haven't really stuck to passing, though.
And Harajli, and he is gang tackled. Referee's awfully slow on the whistle tonight.
That almost looked like a false start by the wingback on the left side of the line. He took a weird step up there as if he was going to go in motion, but it's just as the ball was getting snapped.
Jay Castonier with the tackle for Garden City. This is our first of 3 football games we'll have for you here on GCTV. We'll be televising 2 GCYAA Cougar games versus the Livonia Eagles tomorrow in real time, and we'll have those for you over the next couple of weeks. And of course, you can watch everything we do on YouTube at GCTV HD, GCTV HD. Quarterback keeps it. And slowed down there for the Cougars by Jay Castonier.
A yard short of the first down, maybe closer to 2, maybe.
Allowed the rest of the defense to catch up. So yeah, long 1, short 2 for the Chargers at the Garden City 36.
They've been in a lot of those situations so far in this game, and Garden City's been able to answer the call up to this point, but at some point you'd have to think that Crestwood's going to bust through or even farther than just a few yards.
So another 3rd down for the Chargers.
Last 2 times the Chargers have been in a short down situation, they've picked it up.
And the give there over left tackle. And was there a fumble? Garden City thinks so. No. And there's a flag after the play.
Brendan
that
Wilson.
was Smith on the carry for the Chargers.
That can't happen if you're Garden City.
Well, if that happened, that's just losing your cool for no reason.
Raymond having a conversation with the referee. There you see Jim Baker, the head coach of the Cougars, his 2nd full season. It's Garden City's head coach. He has a word with Brendan Wilson.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct, on the defense. Result of the
So
play
that's
and
a
yardage.
15-yard
First down.
penalty. So after the first down, put 15 yards on that, and that puts Crestwood in pretty good position at the Garden City 24, at the Garden City 19 rather. Crestwood now with 3 wideouts and a tight end. Man in motion on Jet, he doesn't get it. Quarterback throws it over the hands of Harajli.
They're trying to set up a screen over there where one of the receivers gets it. He has 2 blockers. It was 3-on-1 in Crestwood's favor, and they broke up the pass.
It was a great read by Jay Castonier on that. He snuffed it out from the beginning and was over there and was able to get around the blockers, like you said.
He was the only defender over there. 3 Crestwood players.
So 2nd down and 10. Hopefully they'll remember and fix the sticks. They want to give Crestwood another yard. And there with the tackle for Garden City was Wilson. So if he was responsible for the unsportsmanlike, then he makes up for it a little bit there.
Well, I think you have a pack of angry Cougars over there now, and Crestwood is now 3rd and long.
Yeah, 3rd down and about 11 for the Chargers. Quarterback goes out to get the play.
They're in 4-down territory, no doubt. So you want to pick up 5, 6, 7 yards here.
Harasley is the running back. Quarterback rolls out to his right. He has got a man, and he overthrows him, and a flag on the play.
Yes,
that was an
sir.
uncatchable ball, but he did trip him.
Yeah. So that's in high school ball now.
That's 15.
Is it 15? Half the distance, probably.
So Toko was the intended receiver. He got tangled up with the Garden City defender. See it again. You can see that ball wasn't catchable.
Yep.
It was out of the back of the end zone, but it almost looks like their feet got tangled up. It looked like it was kind of minimal contact hand to hand. So,
but I do not see the ball going forward unless they're going to walk it back from there.
They're going to walk it off.
It's a lot of talk going on about this play. So from the 20, they'll get
half the distance,
I guess.
Yeah, half the distance.
Well, since it's only a 15-yard penalty, I don't know why they didn't get the whole thing. As you see the Garden City kids
half the distance to the goal,
having some fun.
Bring the replay of 3rd down.
Crestwood's trying to run the play. You can't run the hurry-up offense when the referee needs his mic time.
They got a little excited there.
More importantly, it's a first down.
Harasley on the handoff, and he is met by Chris Welton and a mass of blue jerseys.
Well, that's going to make it 1st and goal. The chain gang had it set up as 3rd and 1.
Well, maybe because the half the distance is the
right.
So you're not going to get at 19. You're only going to get 9.5 yards. So it wasn't a first down.
Yeah. So 1st and goal with 2:47 remaining.
This is a big stop right here.
Here in the first half. And touching ball for the first time is Adam Kassab.
And they have not run up the middle of Garden City all game long, and that time they did it and got a huge chunk of yardage. Looks like it's going to be the 2.5 yard.
Yep, it's at the, they're at the 2.
This is gut check time for the Garden City defense, too.
Right, because if Crestwood scores here, that's going to give them quite a boost going into halftime. And conversely, if the Cougars can shut them down, they'll get that same boost.
Yeah, Garden City offensive line is going through drills around the 45-yard line down here.
And Kassab into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. So Adam Kassab, who comes off the bench and scores immediately for the Chargers.
Well, when you're a 1-4 team, sometimes you can't deal with success. And Garden City then, this last drive, shot themselves in the foot a couple times. And now they're trailing.
Yeah, Kassab was just able to find a hole off the left guard there and squeeze it into the end zone.
So Amati will attempt the point after. Toko will be his holder.
That was a little better kick.
It's a little better kick. And gives Crestwood a 14-7 lead. Headed into halftime, Garden City with 1:43 remaining in the half and an opportunity to possibly put some points on the board before halftime.
Well, we might see the Garden City passing game now.
Yeah, as you were saying, Ted, the linemen were doing drills on the sideline there. It was all pass protection. They're getting ready for that 2-minute drill here.
Yeah, there was a hike, and they were getting up and taking a step back, and they weren't shooting out like you do on running plays.
So Raymond will be deep along with Castogne.
Got a good look there at the homecoming court, getting ready for the halftime show.
Get everything all staged. Eden Burkhardt Messner, Ashley Hahn, Jordan Kaczynski, Anna Craner, and Abby McGeorge. Homecoming court for Garden City High School. And the Johnson twins will be back. They're last year's co-queens.
That's the worst part about being the homecoming queen.
What's that?
You have to come back the next year.
That's not so bad. So that's an illegal onside kick there.
Did they touch? What did they touch it before?
Well, I didn't see where exactly he took it. Maybe it was offsides.
It kind of looked like he kicked it straight at the
he
front
did.
line, but normally you can do that, but it has to hit the ground first, like an onside kick.
Have you been following the coach out of Arkansas, who never ever punts, and every time he scores, he onside kicks it?
I haven't seen that.
There's actually a YouTube video on this guy. He's out of Arkansas. Look up the coach that never punts.
So you can kick it in the air. They changed the rule to where it's got to bounce twice if it's one of those balls you kick into the ground. Now that's an acceptable kick right there. Used to be you could kick it once into the ground and it was live. Now it's got to bounce twice if it's on the ground. But that's why they do those pooch kicks, because those don't have to bounce twice.
And I think that's just a bad decision by the Crestwood coaching staff there to tell them to kick short like that. Because look at where the Cougars had the ball now, trying to do a 2-minute drill.
Yeah, with a minute 42 remaining, you've given Garden City an opportunity here to try and score.
I mean, even if you can't kick it that deep, at least try and get it down to the 20 or the 30 and make them go at least 70, 80 yards. Now they only have to go.
See what the Cougars can do with this.
Half the distance to get there.
So the quarterback kept it. That play fell apart. And nice job by Chase McGraw. I think the handoff was supposed to go to Jelloa. And when the Crestwood defense got in there, he just said no thanks. I'll pass.
Got in there so quick that it made McGraw's decision for him.
Yeah, because he couldn't even get the ball into Jelloa's hands.
He couldn't even stuff it into his arm.
So a 5-yard gain for Garden City. 2nd down and 5 at the 45. Garden City with 2 timeouts remaining. McGraw, bullet across the middle of the field, incomplete.
Chase McGraw's pass intended for number 85, Ethan Taylor, incomplete.
So far, Garden City's exclusively ran the ball, so this will be the first test for McGraw in terms of whether or not he can air it out a bit and move the team down the field through the air.
I think the Crestwood coaching staff just told the defense, we believe in you, so we're not going to kick it that deep. We think you can stop him.
So big play for Garden City now. 3rd down and 5. Oh! Right through McGraw, and he did not. He should have just fallen on it. He tried to pick it up.
Late hit.
There's a late hit on the Cougars.
This ball might be on the 20-yard line there.
So Joma picked up the loose ball. McGraw certainly should have just fallen on it. He tried to pick it up.
Let's see who was last.
He tried to scoop it.
Foul, late hit, number 70. We'll add 15 to the end of the play. Result of play, 1st down.
That's taking a mistake and making it, you know how you on your computer where you type something and then you cross that B and make it bold? That's what happened right here. They made a mistake, and then number 70 jumped on the pile. Now the ball's going to be down on the 20-yard line with 1:26 to go. This is ball game time right here.
So 1:26 remaining now for Crestwood. Garden City had minute 43, and there should be a
geez.
false start call there against the Chargers. Garden City had a minute 43 to try to turn this into something. They shot themselves in their own foot. Now at least the Chargers will move back 5, and a 1st and 15 for the Cougars.
Garden City needs to stop right here or turnover here. $1:25 on the clock, 14-7, Crestwood leading.
So Garden City may be showing blitz there, and they get through. 7 with the handoff. That was the quarterback didn't.
Yeah, he faked it.
My mistake.
He tried to go into the hole that was vacated by everybody moving to the far side of the field, and he tried to go to a hole on the backside.
So he picked up a yard.
It closed quickly.
So we're under a minute. 2nd down and about 13-14 for the Chargers.
I bet he rolls out this side, and he's got 3 receivers down here, and he's being chased.
Pressure by the Cougars, and there's a horse collar. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Wilson, who all he could do was the horse collar, because otherwise his man is gone.
Right.
He reached for him, and that was the only thing left, was that jersey. I mean,
yeah, that's blatant as it gets.
That could be used in a textbook to show you what a horse collar is.
Oh, they said he grabbed the face mask. I thought he grabbed
Well, the face mask was not on the back,
We'll never see if we got it.
Well,
it's the same result.
So we'll agree
They're
to
both
disagree.
a 15-yard penalty. So 2 15-yard penalties against Garden City on this drive.
They just can't get out of their own way in this quarter. They need it to be halftime right now.
Yeah.
You got to get the kids in the locker room. You can tell that the defense is playing with great intensity, but it's almost overboard at this point.
Okay, so that was a... Wow, this is confusing. That was a 2nd and 13 or 14. If it's a 5-yard face mask, then there's no first down.
that should be first down.
If it's a 15-yard penalty, first of all, they didn't assess 15 yards.
No,
Maybe they did from the point of the infraction.
they did about 10 yards.
It was right
And
around the 30-yard line. Was
Yeah,
the infraction.
there's a little mistake here, I think. This should be first down for the Chargers. And now they're coming out to measure.
Something, because it was 2nd and 12.
If that's a 15-yard penalty,
Well, obviously it
that
wasn't.
should be first down.
Right, and they only marked off 10.
No, they're at the 30, and they're down at the 15.
We're at a little loss of words here.
Yeah, I think there's been a little breakdown by the officials here, unless when we watch this back, we see that we're confused. But
The horse collar or face mask was right around the 30, and the ball right now.
okay, so they're
is
saying
inside
the penalty was that far back. Huh?
So 15 yards from the spot of the
From
foul.
the spot of the foul.
Yeah.
All right. Well, break for Garden City. 2nd down and 2. Let's see if the defense can come up big here.
He's going to roll to the other side this time. And he does. Looks inside.
And he is wrapped up. He gets the first down, but the Cougars keep him out of the end zone. But there might have been a chop block here.
Is there a flag?
It looks
Yeah, there's
like
a flag at the line of scrimmage. There's another flag.
I think the first is going to be a hold on Garden City downfield, and I didn't get a good look at.
Well,
what the
I
second
saw
one was.
a Garden City player flip head over heels there at the 15.
Well, I think that with all the flags, they ought to take 31 seconds off the clock and
So-
end the first half.
Raymond is
30
coming off
second
the
runoff.
field. He was arguing with the official.
He's not thrown out.
I
is
don't
he?
know. We'll see. So
Well-
there's 3 flags on the field right now. You have 2 teams that this is Garden City's closest opponent.
Can we say at this point, with a 1 minute to go in the first half, the game turned sloppy?
It may have turned ugly here.
Once we got to the second quarter. So let's take a look here.
So they're just dealing with a tackle. Now right there.
Did 70 do something?
Well, I think that flag might have been on Crestwood.
There wasn't a little Ndamukong Suh in there with the foot, was there?
Looks like Bringold might have tripped on
We
there.
have 2 fouls on the play. We have holding on the offense. That'll be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. After the play, we have unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. That player has been ejected.
Oh,
we'll go half the distance, and it'll end up being
So Raymond has been
first
ejected.
down.
So Garden City loses one of their best defensive players.
He must have said the magic words because I didn't even see him in that
Yeah.
pile. Did you?
Not initially.
All right, they marked off the 10.
Mark off 10, then mark 15 back. So it's a 5-yard net.
And that'll give him a first down.
You know what the rule is, Dan? If the penalty's inside the 20, it's half the distance. If it's outside the 20, they can mark off the whole penalty. So the ball will be right between.
Well, regardless, they're not going to get the first down unless, well, is it automatic because of the unsportsmanlike conduct?
It should be.
Well, yeah, that puts him past the first down marker.
Yeah, so it's first and goal at the 10, although it might be first and 10 because it may be on the north side of the 10.
Yeah, it looks like they can get a first down, but it'll be at the 1.
Yeah, almost impossible. So the wheels have come off for Garden City here in the second quarter, and can you believe that? It goes off the quarterback's hands, and Jaquan Smith
Wow.
took it like it was a pitch.
Talk about being in the right place at the right time. My goodness.
I don't know why they haven't gone up the middle. The last time they were down here, they ran 2 plays up the middle, and they were both successful. And they're still continuing to run these. You remember the USC student body left, student body right? They continue to string out the play, and Garden City has been, for the most part, successful stopping them.
So second down and 15 now for Crestwood.
Now, when they break the huddle, if you see 3 receivers to the left or the right, the Crestwood quarterback has a tendency to roll, and he really hasn't looked to pass. He rolls to the left or the right and keeps the ball. A couple times he's had wide open receivers and he hasn't gone down to them. He's got to trust those receivers.
So Garden City right now just wants to keep Crestwood off the scoreboard.
Now you see 2 receivers. Actually, you have 2 receivers on both sides. He's probably going to have a man in motion. Here he comes.
And there's a flag on the play. So this should be against the Chargers.
Dead ball, false start on the offense.
So
5
second down and 20
remaining.
for Crestwood
Have we had 20 penalties this half?
this quarter.
I was going to say, we are approaching that number rather quickly.
You know, I've used the word sloppy and ugly, and you use the word, ugly. This game is, neither team has been disciplined. And after week 6, they're having so much trouble getting the plays off.
First quarter had a nice pace to it, but not anymore.
Second down and about 19.
Second down, 20 for the Chargers. 2 wideouts on the near side, man in motion, another whistle. This is probably a timeout. Garden City will call timeout. So they must have had some personnel issues.
Actually, or either the coaching staff absolutely knows what's going to be run here. Remember, the coaching.
There you see Crestwood's games to this point in their future games. Their win was against Clarenceville that Garden City still has coming up on their schedule. Losses to Clintondale and at Dearborn High. A couple of close games there. Then Tough loss to a very good Belleville team. And then a 26-14 loss to Fordson. So it's Etzel, Robichaud, and Hamtramck the rest of the way for Crestwood, who will be remaining in the Western Wayne Athletic Conference along with Garden City and RU and Thurston. Robichaud.
They have Crestwood has a very able schedule the rest of the way. They can be in all the games. Watch the man in the slot going to go.
Quarterback towards the end zone and way out of the end zone. But a nice effort by David McDaniel anyway.
Definitely, and Generate was thrown off his back foot on that play, so that just sailed on him.
So next year it'll be Garden City, Crestwood, Redford Union, Thurston, Annapolis, Robichaud. I can't even think of them all. It's a 9-team league with Belleville, Dearborn, Etzel.
Is Clarenceville still in there?
Clarenceville staying. But Belleville, Dearborn, Etzel, and Fordson all headed to different conferences.
They get to go play my alma mater.
And they better watch out for number 4, the wide receiver for Franklin, because he's my grandson.
All right, rolling to his right this time. And overthrows his man again. That was Smith.
You know he has an arm, he doesn't have touch. He's got a rifle for it. That ball's really flying.
So that'll bring up 4th down with 5.3 seconds remaining.
Looks like they're going to line up to kick it here, bringing in some new personnel.
This quarter can't end fast enough for Garden City. We will have the crowning of the homecoming queen coming up. We'll take a quick break and come back for that.
Well, Dan, just think of the bullet that they have just almost dodged here. They had a bad hike and a fumble, and then a penalty on top of that.
Amati to attempt a 36-yard field goal. He's got the foot for sure, but he doesn't get it that time. So that will go to the 20-yard line, and Garden City will get it with 1.1 seconds remaining, or 1.1 second remaining.
Looks like Garden City got a piece of that too, the way it came off his foot.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we can see that again, but he didn't get a good leg on it, that's for sure.
That's a huge play, though, for Garden City. Like Ted was saying, they were knocking on the door again, and if they can get out of this being only down the 1 touchdown, then they're in pretty good standing going into halftime.
We talked about, you know, a minute and 43 seconds ago, we talked about the swing of that touchdown. It almost turned into another one. I got to go into the victory formation here and just take a knee. I want nothing to do with this play. I hate this. I'll tell you that right now. I hate this.
They are putting Cameron Walter at quarterback, which he was warming up there a little bit pregame.
So he's obviously got the gun. McGraw is lining up as one of the receivers.
Hook and ladder.
Oh, it's Friday Night Lights, Ted.
Yeah.
He almost a little trouble with the snap. He airs out a beauty, though. Wow. Well, that almost worked.
That'll look good on the stat sheet.
How about that? That was a beautiful pass to Castonier. Wow.
It works, I guess.
I thought that was a really bad idea.
56.
But look at that.
56 yards, Dan.
Into double coverage.
Into coverage.
And it was
Great
underthrown.
Concentration.
It was underthrown, if anything. He had to come back for it.
Beautiful concentration by Castonier. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will have the crowning of the homecoming queen here at Garden City High School. It's Crestwood 14, Garden City 7. You're watching Omni Edition Sports. This is GC TV.
The Garden City High School marching band is under the direction.
Happy holidays, season's greetings, and Merry Christmas, and welcome to the Garden City Downtown Development Authority Santaland Parade.
so happy to be back in Garden City. It's my favorite place to be. All these children have grown so much this year. What do you give them?
We love what this parade represents. That's community, that's goodwill. We always want to say peace on earth, and to new friends, to old friends and family, welcome to Garden City.
Garden City Civic Arena is located at Garden City Park at the corner of Cherry Hill and Merriman. The Civic Arena offers programs for people of all ages and abilities. Kids and adults can learn to skate or play hockey through programs offered by the Garden City Figure Skating Club and Garden City Hockey Association. Glow skating on Saturday night is a great way to spend a fun evening with family and friends. The arena offers a wide assortment of skate rental, and the snack bar is available during all hours of operation and has all your favorites. The arena is home to the Garden City Men's Over 30 Hockey Association and also runs a Sunday men's league for adults 19 and up. The Garden City Figure Skating Club offers private lessons for boys and girls of all ages. Drop-in hockey, sticks and pucks, and open skating are offered weekly at the arena. The rink has a party room available for birthdays and special meetings. Call 734-793-1882 to book the room. For more information, visit gcicearena.com.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet your 2017-2018 Garden City High School Homecoming Court. First up, Eden Burkhart Messner. Escorted by her parents Jay and Christine and her best friend Allison Kindred. She has a 3.5 grade point average, is the senior class treasurer, and is on the executive board for DECA. She's also on the varsity soccer team. Her favorite memory of high school is getting to experience all of it with her best friends and getting to play soccer with her childhood friends. Her hopes after high school are to attend Grand Valley State University to study physical therapy. Ladies and gentlemen, Eden Burkhart Messner. Next up is Ashley Hahn, escorted by her parents Rich and Judy and her best friend Valerie Hunt. Her favorite high school memories are being on the varsity soccer team and voted on to homecoming court with her best friends. Ashley has a 3.8 grade point average and plans to attend Grand Valley State University to pursue pre-med. Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Hahn. Next up is Jordan Kaczynski, escorted by her mother Robin and her brother-in-law Chad and her boyfriend Hussam, along with her best friend Sam Jordan. Her best friend Sam, Jordan was on Garden City Palm her freshman and sophomore years and has been involved with DECA. She's very thankful for all of the friendships that she has made at Garden City High School. Her favorite high school memories are being on homecoming court with all of her friends and winning back-to-back Palm state championships. After high school, she hopes to attend Central Michigan University to major in business. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Kaczynski. Next is Anna Craner, escorted by her parents Greg and Leechin Craner and her friend James Duncan. She has a 4.1 grade point average, is the senior class president of the Japanese National Honor Society, Vice President of the National Honor Society, a member of Student Council, and Link crew. Her favorite high school memories would be having her dad as her Japanese teacher, being class president, and being on the homecoming court with her friends. She hopes to attend the University of Michigan next fall to study pre-med and major in biomedical engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Craner. Last but not least, Abby McGeorge. Escorted by her parents, Sean and Beth, her boyfriend Robert Yukai, and her best friend Emily Kirchhoff. Abby has a 3.5 grade point average, is captain of the varsity cheer team, and is an exec board member for DECA. Her favorite high school memory is experiencing it all with her best friends and escorting her boyfriend Robert when he was on prom court. Her plans after high school include attending Central Michigan University to study early childhood education. Ladies and gentlemen, Abby McGeorge. Returning to crown this year's homecoming queen are last year's queens, Caitlin and Morgan Johnson. They're escorted by Kelsey Little, and together they attend Lansing Community College and are both studying nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2017-2018 Garden City High School homecoming queen is Ms. Jordan Kaczynski.
And now for the 2017 Garden City High School homecoming court voting results.
Well, congratulations to Jordan Kaczynski and the entire Garden City High School homecoming court. It's 14-7 Crestwood here at halftime. We'll be back with second half action from Garden City High School right after you watch this.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
there are so many undisciplined plays in this first half. It's hard to go through them all.
And Crestwood could have scored the 2 touchdowns late in the first half. They ended up only scoring 1. Garden City shut them down. And Cameron Walter threw a 56-yard bomb to Castogne that ended the first half, but showed an interesting dimension for Garden City's offense that
For sure, and that's pretty much the only play that we've seen Cameron Walter get involved in, and he's supposed to be one of the big play receivers for Garden City on the outside, but so far they've mainly stick to the run.
And the Chargers on first down pick up about 5.
You might want to stick Walter in this game at the beginning of this quarter, just so it opens up your running game. If Crestwood has to take 2 or 3 players back and cover your receivers because of what the threat of Walter's arm, that could open up some offensive plays.
Right, and as you mentioned, the in-game adjustments so far that we saw from Crestwood was adding that 4th defensive lineman to counteract the running game of Garden City. I just see another run up the middle for a first down from Crestwood.
As Dan checks his 50-50 tickets and finds out he won nothing.
That's all right, I didn't buy any, I can watch.
So Harajli there on the carry gets it over to the 42.
The really sad part is I didn't buy any 50-50 tickets and I came closer than that.
Thank you very much. So another first down for the Chargers. Cougars defense played very well in the first half. It was penalties that did them in, and one big 56-yard run for Crestwood by Harajli that kind of broke Garden City's spirit a little bit, as you see there. Kassam, number 8, on the carry. We didn't see him the entire first quarter.
At the end of his run, he had a little spin move, and if he had broke the tackle on the spin move, there was nothing left. That's how close that play came.
So second down and 7 now for the Chargers at their own 45-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see the halftime adjustments that both teams have made. So far, Crestwood's come back out looking to stick to the run and establish that run game, run down the clock, because they have the lead.
And there's a flag, and Crestwood had their problems with motion penalties in the first half, and there's another
5-yard penalty, remaining second down.
So another false start. That will make it second down and 11, though, for the Chargers now. Congratulations to the homecoming court, all of them. And congratulations to Jordan Kaczynski being crowned Garden City's homecoming queen for 2017-2018.
Let's hope that flag's not a precursor for the rest of this quarter. Want some nice clean football here.
Well, we're not on tape anymore, so we don't have to worry about running out of that. I think we got plenty of hard drive space. And there's a jet sweep. And this is going to pick up about 8 yards as Dowridge goes to the right side. That'll bring up about a second down and 5 now for Crestwood.
As we saw in the first half, a lot of misdirection from the speedbacks of Crestwood, trying to get out into open space as much as they can and make that Garden City defense work sideline to sideline, not north and south.
So unfortunately for the Cougars, Iman Raymond ejected in the second half as play got sloppy. Generate with a bomb, but he overthrew his man. How in God's name is that pass interference on a ball he could not have caught on a bicycle?
I take it you disagree with the call.
What a load of crap that was.
Are you allowed to say that on cable?
Toko could not have caught that ball in a car.
Well,
These referees, I'll tell you what, these guys watch the NFL and they watch college all day, and all they want to do is throw a flag.
there's some contact.
There's some contact, but it's uncatchable.
Pass interference on the defense. 15 yards from the
So
original
play
line of
down for
scrimmage.
the Cougars.
There's all the yardage.
It's like number
The first
36,
down.
Ben Blair.
Let's hope it's just a cramp. Had a lot of that the last couple of weeks with the heat. It's much cooler tonight. Sometimes the result is the kids don't think to hydrate because it's not hot.
Show that, if we could, in the truck, could we see that end of that play where, did he grab the shoulder pads? Was there a grab of the shoulder pads in the last couple steps before the ball got there? That may have been why they called it.
It looked like he got some contact, but it was inevitable contact. You're allowed to touch
Right, you're
each
allowed
other
to
a little
make
bit.
contact. You just can't restrict the receiver.
Right.
Well, you're allowed to make contact if you're going for the ball. If you can't see the ball and you just reach out and touch
Well,
it.
but the receiver wasn't looking for the ball either.
Yeah, but the call isn't made on what the receiver's doing. It's a call is made on what the defender's doing. And if the defender is not looking for the ball, I don't think either one of them saw the ball.
So 36 for Garden City is up Blair.
Here we
Let's
take
watch this again.
Right around there.
Well, the defender had his head looking back at the ball right there.
Well, then that theory was wrong.
He might not have had a good look at it, but he's looking for it.
We don't have a great angle on it, obviously.
Right.
But
Yeah, I think that's a no call. I mean, you got to let the kids play a little bit.
He can't get to that ball under any circumstances. If there's no defender there, he still can't catch up with that ball. So this might be a little more than a cramp, boys and girls. As you see, Blair gets moved to the training table. Let's hope again that it's just a cramp.
Missed tackling there at the line of scrimmage.
Wrapped up nicely. That was Smith on the carry. I bid on the fake. So McDaniel picks up the tackle after about a 5-yard game for the Chargers at the Garden City 35-yard line.
Crestwood is got a nice little drive going here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, they have all the confidence now. And there's a give to the first man through. That is Kassab, and Garden City wraps him up after maybe a gain of a yard.
That looked like a veer to me.
You know
Thoughts,
what?
Ted?
You know what? I'm just going to eat an M&M and not say anything.
So 3rd down and 5, another critical situation for Garden City's defense. A stop right here would go a long way trying to shift that momentum back towards the Cougars. Fake, and the quarterback crossed the right side rather. And that one's incomplete.
Definitely 4th down territory
No
here.
flag, Dan.
Good for us. Murray, the intended receiver there. So 4th down, as Jeremy said, this is 4-down territory. Garden City needs to not overcommit. Everybody's got to stay with their assignment here. Very often on a play like this, you see the defense break through the offensive line and chase the quarterback to the first down.
Well, we've seen one play where Crestwood tried a screen. This could be a good place to run a screen.
One man in the backfield. And a flag on the play.
That ball. 12 men on the field, on the offense.
Wow.
5-yard penalty.
Break for
Still
the
4th
Cougars.
down.
So that'll make it 4th down and 10 now.
You know,
No one said there would be math.
playing devil's advocate here, a little pooch punt could bury the Cougars deep in their own territory here.
Yeah, if your quarterback can punt.
Yeah, this completely changes the strategy for the Crestwood coaching staff now. What could have been a run play or a little dump off pass now turns into a much deeper pass.
So we'll see what Generate does here. He's got 3 receivers. He's got Smith blocking in the slot and a Crestwood timeout.
Crestwood calls timeout.
I don't know that I'd waste a timeout there. Unless you absolutely didn't know what you were going to do, I think I'd take my chances.
Well, they had 12 men and they took a 5-yard penalty. Maybe he doesn't have the right people out there.
Or maybe too many of them. Hey, as we always do, our thanks to Jim Neve and everybody at Incorporate, Sharon G. and Grande, and all the great people that work at Incorporate, located on Middle Belt Road, kitty corner from Garden City High School, going the other way, north on Middle Belt. Jim, a legacy in Garden City. His dad owned Stadium Sports. His grandfather worked for the Garden City Department of Public Service. They have outstanding apparel there. They make some of the best custom apparel in Michigan. Visit them online at incorporategraphics.com, incorporategraphics.com, and it looks like Crestwood is going to punt. And this is Harajli, who is also their running back, so watch for the fake. He got it off. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete.
In case you want, the translation of Gizo Pete's is the Garden City team ran in.
The kicker. He touched him.
You cannot do that, Dan.
You can too. You can touch the punter and not get a penalty.
In your football, but in the referee called it.
That is ridiculous.
But that could be a 5-yard penalty here. That could be.
Well, it can't be the 15-yarder.
Yeah, so it's only going to be 5 yards. They're going to have to punt again.
Are they talking to us? Maybe it's not against us. I'll tell you what, there's way too many negotiations going on in this game. These guys don't seem that confident in what they're calling.
It almost looked like the head official was getting irritated with his line judge.
Well, the head official threw the flag there.
I think the line judge is explaining to Garden City why that was called. But the head official went and talked over to the Crestwood coach, and here we go. Now he's talking to Garden City coach. You're right.
I do not know what's going on.
Running into the kicker.
So it's running into the kicker.
It's a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty.
We'll replay 4th down.
So 4th down and 5, so they get the 5 yards back that they lost, and we'll see what they decide to do here. But that's awful. That is awful.
And it changes the play now.
Of course it does.
Now Crestwood's going for it. Now you try to draw Garden City off.
So 4th down and 5 now.
And we got another.
And it's a reverse, and he's going to throw it. The quarterback is open.
2 flags on 1 play.
I am speechless. I am speechless.
I just want the crowd to know that Dan York just retired. But that was another interference call, and it was just.
Apparently, I have never seen a football game before.
All right, let's look.
Reverse.
Let's take a look.
He ran into him.
The ball had already hit the ground.
Definitely not.
We have motion, 2-minute motion on the offense.
Offsetting.
We have pass interference on the defense. Those penalties offset. We'll replay fourth down.
The ball had already hit the ground.
But he didn't look at the ball.
Doesn't matter.
The play was over when he hit him. The play was over.
Let's back it up. Dan and I are going to argue this one out. Okay, let's see if stop it when the ball hits the ground. Right? Contact.
There's no contact yet. There's the ball. There's the contact.
Well, if you're the referee on the backside, that's what you see. Dan, you throw one more thing, we're going to go at it. We're going to go right down. I'm a cripple, but I'm going to throw my cane down.
Yeah, you got your cane.
I'm going down.
You have an unfair advantage.
At the end of the third quarter, I'll be emceeing a WWE matchup here, and we're going to have a funeral for Dan's binoculars.
So 4th down and 5. Yeah, they're all there now still. So 4th down and 5 again.
Let's see what we can call this time. Timeout.
Wow. So Crestwood has had to use 2 timeouts.
He might come out and punt from here.
With all that time to set that play up. What are they doing with all this free time? There's 8 minutes between snaps.
He just went to his trick play, and it didn't work, so he's got to call something else.
I'm flabbergasted.
I bet you we see the fumble Rooski here.
I am just flabbergasted. There you see our names for the trial. Dan York along with Ted Fournier and Jeremy Jenkins.
I'm pleading guilty and turning state's evidence against these two guys.
You gotta let the kids play, though.
Oh my goodness. We will thank our camera people and all of our crew here at some point. We've have a really nice crew.
We've had 4 penalties on this play, haven't we?
Yep. Who knows what they'll call this time? Why don't they just call pass interference now and save the time later?
I'm waiting for a sideline warning.
So Generate, back to pass, rolls out, pump fakes. He's got some pressure. He's got a man there.
Clean, perfect.
You sure? You sure?
That was textbook.
Ian Castogne with the block for Garden City on the pass attempt. Crestwood turns it over on downs, 1st and 10 Garden City.
Watch the pass interference at the end of this. Right? Watch, right?
No.
There. He's all over
Textbook.
Pass interference on the back.
Oh my goodness. So after all of that nonsense, Garden City gets the ball back, still only down by 7.
Who's quarterback?
Let's go, Cougars. That's McGraw underneath center. He's got McDaniel on one side. He gives it to the second man. Cougars pick up about 4.
Bring in Walter, throw a deep pass, and open up the running game here.
That was Chellowa on the carry. That's Ethan Chellowa. Ian Chellowa out with a knee injury. Garden City, by the way, we probably didn't mention at the beginning, missing Nick Janice, who has an ankle injury, who had been their kicker all season while Alex Sherlock had been injured. But Janice also the leading tackler on this Cougar team. They've lost Raymond, one of their best defensive players, to an ejection tonight. They're missing Andrew Senafani, who is injured. So it is a depleted Garden City team that is going toe-to-toe here tonight with Crestwood. There's the give to the first man, McDaniel. McDaniel up over the Cougar paw. Picks up a 1st down at the 49-yard line.
Back to injuries, Alex Sherlock's out now for the game, too.
Yeah, I hadn't looked for her since that. Let's watch that. Nice blocking by Garden City to open up that hole.
Puts a little stiff arm on him, too.
Yeah. And it looks like Ben Blair is, he's done. That is not the look of someone who's coming back into this one.
It looks like he rolled an ankle.
And Sherlock wearing her varsity jacket on the sideline, so she's probably done too. So Blair out, it looks like, for the rest of the game. 1st and 10 for the Cougars, right at midfield. And there's an offsides on Crestwood.
You know, this Sherlock being out is big because who's the third string kicker for Garden City?
It was Austin Lang that kicked off.
Well, I'm saying because the score is 14-7.
Yep. You
And
need that extra point, or you're going to go for the 2 anyways.
Yeah, that extra point might be big.
Spice things up, go for the win. Make it 15-14, yeah.
I suppose I should apologize for my behavior on this, but not to the officials. So 1st and 5.
Oh!
Ripped up in the
What a great play.
backfield. Nice tackle there by Baydoun. That is a mean Baydoun.
There was a lot of running.
Just shot the gap. Nobody touched him, and he just got the ankle. Nice defensive play.
So 2nd down, we'll call it 7 for Garden City after they had gained 5 on the penalty. We got 2 wide receivers our way, 1 up top, 2 in the backfield along with the quarterback. And the quarterback will hold on to it. McGraw up over the 45, up over the 40. And McGraw either got the 1st down or is within a yard.
I think he's got it.
I like the strategy here by the Garden City coaching staff. They have to get back to what they're good at, and that's running the football. They kind of got away from that. All the penalties have just kind of muddled up this game. They need a consistent
muddled up is
drive.
a really good way to describe this game.
They got no rhythm.
Right. They need that rhythm back. They need to establish the ground game. 3 or 4 yards of play, march on down the field.
So 1st and 10, just inside the 40 for Garden City. Same setup, just the other, the reverse of it. The receivers are on the other side for this play. And a quarterback will hold on to it again. McGraw, there's a holding call against the Cougars.
Looks like it was on McDaniel.
Yeah, he got tangled up with his guy. And
if you're going to dance with the other team, you can't dance out in the open. It's got to be in the
no, not right in front of the official.
3 of the judges from Dancing with the Stars gave him a 9-9, so he was dancing with them. This is going to be 1st and 10. 1st and 20.
1st and 20.
Personal foul. Face mask on the offense.
Oh, face mask.
Even worse.
Penalty, replay 1st
I
down.
did not see that. It was kind of out of my vision.
Well,
of course, it doesn't surprise me this crew would turn holding into a face mask. So.
well, the last time
If you were holding a face mask.
we had the horse collar plate they called face mask.
So 1st and 20. McGraw still has it. And across the middle of the field to Cameron Walter. But he misses his man there, so 2nd down. Second down for Garden City.
Obvious passing situations here.
Doyle on this side.
We have 3 on the 1 receiver on the far side. 1-on-1 coverage.
Crestwood sags back. McGraw with a little trouble. I think he was trying to look at what was going on and didn't see the ball, and he just gets back past the line of scrimmage.
That face mask proven to be a drive killer here so far. They had all the momentum and then just backs them up 15 yards.
Yeah, so 3rd down and 25 now for the Cougars. And with Janice out, I'm not sure who the punter.
I think it's Cameron Walter.
Yeah, because he punted once before, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Walter, yeah, number 1.
But I think he's only had to punt once. McGraw back, 4-man rush. He's got McDaniel. McDaniel's got a little shot here. McDaniel up over the 40, so he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And maybe into 4-down territory here for the Cougars.
That was a middle screen that was...
Well, Crestwood committed with 4, and the Garden City offensive line let him through.
Tell me I wasn't paying attention.
15-yard gain.
Looks like Jim Baker's electing to go for it here.
10 for Garden City from the Charger 40.
This is a gutsy call here. I mean, you could say it's just outside of no man's land.
We've been in this position several times tonight.
10 yards, no easy.
3 wideouts on this side, 1 on the other side, 1 man in the backfield with McGraw. He's got a little time. He's got a man open, and he has the pass tipped.
Whoa.
Pass was intended for Castonier. And Murray with the tip for the Chargers. So Crestwood will get it at their own 40, so not bad field position for the Chargers. On a cool night, we had a little rain about a half hour before we kicked off tonight. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, which is a far cry from the temperatures we had the beginning of the week and last week.
Yeah, that was some brutal heat. I couldn't believe the longevity of it. I mean, I can understand a couple hot days here or there, but it was like a solid
and it was
week.
towards 90 every day.
Right.
And it's supposed to be back in the mid 70s, near 80 next week again. I'm fine with it.
Folks, can you tell this game's in Michigan? They're complaining about 90 degrees.
No, just an observation.
I am. I don't like 90
Just
degree
an
weather.
observation.
I don't like.
I saw a flag.
I don't like 90, but oh, geez.
Well, there's a new one. So 5-yard penalty on the Chargers. That'll move it back to the 35. So that helps Garden City's situation a little bit.
Who had delay a game on their bingo card?
Referee has bumped his microphone on, so hopefully there's not a loud whistle. And there's the handoff to the second man through. He's got some traction as some Cougar tackles are missed as Harajli gets up to the 45.
Well, he gets the 5 back on the delay of the game and 5 more, so he's second down and 5.
Yeah.
But that's a hard run. He ran that pretty hard, broke a couple tackles off the left side of their offensive line.
So second down and 5. Top of the screen is Toko. He's the only receiver. And they give that time again to Harajli, but he loses a couple of yards that time. As the Cougar defense led by Trevor Coleman, I believe, with the tackle. No, 67, my mistake. That's Blake Marconi, the inside tackle for the Cougars. As we're inside 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. So third down, we'll call it 6. And a first down picked up by Smith.
That was a great run. He made a couple men miss on that as he cut back towards the middle of the field, able to pick up the first down.
He made a lot of good decisions as he was running the ball. He saw his openings and he took them. And there is no flags on the play.
So we're inside 30 seconds.
You know, this is the kind of game that Crestwood wants to play now. They got the lead. And as long as they got the ball, Garden City's not going to score.
Quarterback rolls out.
Oh, he's
going to go over tackle.
Oh, he's fighting hard.
He didn't get the first down, but he picked up 8.
That should do it for the quarter.
Bringold in on the tackle for Garden City. But an 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd down and 2 now for Crestwood.
So a stalemate in that quarter there. Neither team was able to get into the end zone, but each is trying to establish a run game on the other side, and so far Crestwood has been able to do more so than Garden City, and they're the ones with all the momentum, and they have the lead.
The Crestwood's runners and quarterback are running with more authority and more confidence lately. The last 4 or 5 plays, and they are taking a lot of time off the clock. They kind of just spoiled the 3rd quarter. Let's see how much time they can take off here in the 4th quarter. If they were to put a score up, that would, and Garden City fall behind 2, that would be really bad for the Cougars here.
And you have to wonder if the lack of depth for Garden City and the injuries that they have is starting to play a factor as that defense starts to wear down. They've been on the field a lot this game.
Well, when you bring a quarterback in and he ran a 56-yard pass play, I'd give him another shot.
But you also can't overcome all of those penalties as a false start is called on the Chargers.
Well, the Chargers,
justified or not, I mean.
I would believe the Chargers have run up 2-to-1 penalties on Garden City. I mean, the Chargers have been.
Yeah, but theirs are all 5-yard motion calls. Every one of ours is a 15-yard pass interference or a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct or a player ejection.
Yeah, 2 face masks, one that was a horse collar.
Horse collar.
I don't really remember any. I don't think I've seen pass interference all game. Have you seen any pass?
Let's play bait the play-by-play guy. Sure, why not? 1st and 15 now for the Chargers. And another flag.
I'm still waiting for the apology.
And a delay of game. Suck it up, Buttercup. It ain't coming. A delay of game call against Crestwood. Ted's having a good time here. Ted's goal is usually to see if he can put me over the edge.
Close.
1st down and 20 now.
I'm just taking notes over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Taking notes.
The U of M kids knows to stay out of the way.
Yeah, well, Garden City's got a great drive going here.
And there's a nice tackle by Bringold. He met his man again. Harajli has run into Bringold a bunch of times tonight. That's just about a 2-yard gain, so 2nd and 18.
Bringold's really stepped up in this game with the injury to Janice, who's the lead tackler for Garden City this season. And we've called Bringold's name a bunch of times.
Sometimes you practice all week and you finally get a chance. And you, here, it's going to be open.
And he is.
It's going to be
a pass completed to Murray. But as Jeremy said, he is short. So another huge 3rd down situation for both Crestwood and Garden City. 3rd and 5.
Now, Jeremy, you got a chance of getting this 1st down or putting them in deep in their own territory in the 4th quarter. What are you going to do here?
It all depends on what happens with this 3rd down play here. If they move forward, I would go for it.
Quarterback rolls out. He's got the option going. He is a fumble! And right into the hands of the Cougars. Right into the hands of Garden City. Castogne played it like a shortstop. Took the hop, and Garden City's got the ball. Huge play. Watch this. That was McDaniel that caused the fumble, and look at Castogne play that.
That's poor ball security.
That was terrible ball security. let's see if Garden City goes for the jugular here.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars. They've got to. McGraw at quarterback. Gives to McDaniel. McDaniel up over the 30-yard line.
Real nice first down run. Set up some possibilities here at 2nd down and short.
As I say, at this point in the game, you're running out of time. You have to get a scoring drive on this play. If you want to win, you're going to have to get the ball back.
2nd down and 3 now after a 7-yard gain by McDaniel. Nice north and south running. 3 men to the top of the screen. Castone to the bottom of the screen. And McDaniel takes the handoff, and he gets the first down and then some. McDaniel over the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars at their own 40. But positive yardage for Garden City on this drive.
This would be a play where I think Jim Baker should take a shot downfield. Just got a first down. You have a little wiggle room to try something.
I don't know. I like going with it until it stops working, to be honest with you.
Just catch him off
We
guard.
need the momentum. Two receivers to the top now, one to the bottom. T formation. And battling his way forward for the Cougars is Chellowa. Ethan Chellowa gains about 6 on that, maybe 7.
Ethan Chellowa with a carry. Number 9 there defensively, Tyson.
We'll call it 2nd and 4. The ball at the 46.
Second down.
Problem with this is that only every play is taking 30 seconds.
Right.
Or more.
And you might be forced to go for that 2-point conversion. As McGraw on the quarterback keeper, maybe got a yard out of it.
Chase McGraw on the quarterback.
They got somebody down. Crestwood.
With the stop.
That is 67 for the Chargers, Alia Cahill.
This is a very manageable 3rd down around midfield for Garden City here.
3rd down about 3.
I mean, those runs up the middle with McDaniel have been working this drive. They should stick with that.
Now only one receiver in this set. Then they're going to power it forward. At least that's what they want you to think. And
He lost.
maybe got back to the line of scrimmage was Chellowa. That took a little long to evolve.
They got one play off in the last 60 seconds.
4th down and 3.
So they actually gave him about a half a yard on that play. So 4th down and
4th down and about 2 now for
about 2 for the Cougars at the 49. 7:30 remaining in this one. Tough decision for Jim Baker to make because, as we said, these plays are taking time, but they're moving the ball forward. This is 4th down and 2 with 4 wideouts. And a lead pass is incomplete. The pass for Chellowa is incomplete, and the Cougars turn it over on downs.
What I don't like about that is if you punt the ball at 7:02 and you punt it deep into Crestwood territory and stop them, the worst that's going to happen is they're going to kick it back and you're going to get the ball back at half court. Now, even if you stop them, is it going over? They didn't get the first down, did they?
No, they didn't.
wasn't
Didn't
complete.
Well,
complete
now,
pass.
even if you stop them the next 3 plays, Crestwood punts it deep, and now you got to go 80 yards.
Yeah.
Because I would bet dollar to donuts Crestwood's not going to pass there.
3 wideouts for the Chargers. And there's the give and a nice hole McDaniel with the tackle of Harajli. And Harajli picked up about 7.
Now you got to stop him. It's 6:45 on the clock right here. 2 more plays and the ball's going to be in the 5-minute area. So you got to stop him right now. You cannot let him have a first down.
Still lining up with 3 receivers. And they give again to Harajli. And he's got the first down. Castonier with the tackle.
Well, that stops the clock momentarily. They still, like Ted said, they got to start stopping them. They have all of their timeouts in their back pocket, but it's not going to mean much if they don't get their defense off the field and give their offense a chance to march down.
Well, Crestwood could run the clock off here. You know, each team has a 4-minute drill. You know, another first down will take this within the 4-minute mark. And then if that happens, Garden City's going to have to air the ball out. It's going to have to let the pigskin fly a little bit.
And Harajli, he's the workhorse now. Wheeler with the tackle. Gain of about 5.
You can see that Crestwood could be a good offensive team without the penalties.
Probably a gain of 6 on that. We'll call it 2nd and 4.
5-yard gain, 2nd down and 5.
The offensive line is starting to impose its will a bit here, too, on the smaller line of Garden City.
The trouble with speed, if you hit it for 3.5 quarters, it slows down.
Harajli again, almost captured in the backfield, but he'll battle his way ahead for a first down.
That's 5 minutes on the clock.
Cougars almost got him in the backfield.
Jake Castonier is a little slow to get up on that play.
Everybody stays on the field, though, for Garden City. There you see Jay Castonier.
Favoring that right knee a little bit.
First and 10, Crestwood Chargers, ball spotted on the Garden City 24-yard line.
So 1st and 10 at the Cougar 24. 3 wideouts continue. And a flag on the play.
It's going to be on Crestwood.
It is false start on the Chargers.
Leading procedure is the call against the offense, 5-yard penalty.
So this provides,
and it stops the clock.
Right, this provides a pretty good opportunity for Garden City now, because like I said, Baker still has those 3 timeouts in his back pocket, but they don't do you a whole lot of good if they're still moving the ball down the field. Now that they have 15 yards to go to get that first down, if you hold them to 3 or 4 here, you can start using those timeouts in order to get the ball back if you can stop them.
So 1st and 15 for the Chargers. And breaking through is number 8, Adam Kassab.
Nice
He's
play.
back up to about the 25.
Adam Kassab with the carry for Crestwood. Big tackle by David McDaniel.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 for the Chargers.
2nd down and 2.
There you see the Cougar par that was painted on the field by the art department here at Garden City High School. 2nd down and 11.
Ball spotted on the 26-yard line of Garden City.
Clock's still running too.
Crestwood hurrying up, worried about a delay game, and they just got it.
Penalty marker on the play.
No procedure, a false start on Crestwood, hustling up to the line, I guess.
Well, you got to be down for one count. And they hustled up to the line and snapped the ball immediately. And I don't think they were down for 1 count.
I'm really hoping to get a stat sheet at the end of this game to just see the total penalties on each team.
So 2nd down and 15 now for Crestwood.
Crestwood could have 250 yards of offense, but after you subtract the penalties, it might be 25.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly. I was going to say, I thought we were getting close to that half-century mark between the two teams.
Second down.
Quarterback rolls out to his left. Pressured. Well, he's got a man wide open. Wide open is number 15, Mohamed Toko. And touchdown, Crestwood Chargers. And that is a heartbreaker right there for the Cougars.
Well, it was a great play offensively by the quarterback as he's a right-handed quarterback. He went to his left. He bought a little time, squared around, and then found the man wide open down by the pylon there, and it's 20-7.
And about to be likely 21-7. And it is, so 21-7. Garden City came out in this one just guns a-blazing. And by the way, warming up on the sideline for the Cougars is Cameron Walter. But all by himself there was Toko, as McDaniel unable to keep his man covered.
Like I told you earlier in the third quarter, I would have liked to seen Walter come out and throw a couple passes. Purpose passes.
Well, you're going to see it right here.
If you complete them, fine, but you at least make the defense over there think about passing, and you open up the running game. And he threw a 56-yard pass to end the quarter of the half. Try it again.
3 scores for Crestwood, all by 3 different players. Harajli, Kassab, and Toko all scoring. McGraw scoring Garden City's only touchdown with a 5-yard run. So Cheloa and Castonier deep for Garden City.
Kick it deep.
Amati kicking off. And offside on Crestwood. Because why?
They got a quarter to meet.
Well, you knew it was in trouble because Crestwood got a 5-yard penalty during the national anthem.
So that'll move it back 5 yards. See, the Cougar crazies, not much to scream about here tonight.
Well, homecoming's all over except the dance tomorrow night.
Dance tomorrow.
Dance was always fun, too.
Had a great assembly this afternoon.
I'm going to have to go to one of those.
The dance?
I've been coaching around here for 20 years. I never went to the.
Supposed to introduce your team at the assembly, Ted.
I got to work.
But you work in TV like I do, so it's not real work.
Shut up! Don't tell anybody. He's got one man to beat, and he couldn't get to the hole. He had a wide open lane, and he couldn't get to it.
Michael Dropsy, number 5, picks up the kickoff. He's tackled at the 45-yard line, and we'll see if Walter goes out there to heave the pigskin. He's headed out there. I think he's going to be a quarterback for Garden City.
Desperation time now for him, though. They got to try something.
Well, they got to do something quick, too.
But
right.
Crestwood's going to put their safety about 40 yards deep.
I don't know if we're to that point.
Backfires on you, too. It did in that Lions game last weekend. The Falcons were playing prevent, and it just about cost them the game.
We don't need to talk about that.
So Walter will take the snap at quarterback from the shotgun.
He's going to get sacked.
Yeah, well, he's going to get out of bounds at least to stop the clock. No, the referee says he was in bounds.
Picked up about a yard on that.
But it did not stop the clock. So the referee ruled him in bounds.
He'd have been better off throwing it.
There you see the assembly today as Garden City in their hurry-up offense.
There's the assembly from the.
So 2nd down and 9 for the Cougars. Walter dumps one across the middle, but it is, or to the sideline rather, that is out of bounds.
Well, it's difficult to run when they know you're going to run. And it's difficult to pass when they know you're going to pass. And Garden City has not given the misdirection to Crestwood tonight. They've had one complete pass and it was for 50 yards.
2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in this one.
Third down.
Uh-oh.
Pressure. Man open in the middle is McDaniel. McDaniel over the 50, up to the 45. Flag on the play. He's up over the Crestwood 40 to the 39 with this flag in the backfield. It was very late, so it's unlikely to be holding because it was after the pass was thrown.
It's a really smart play call, too. It's a screen pass there to take the pressure off of Walter, since they've been getting pressure on him each time he drops
man
back.
downfield against the Cougars.
Well, that play took a little long. One of the linemen moved about 5 yards down. And if the play is delayed, the linemen are sitting there holding their count, 1,001, 1,002, they get to 1,005, they release. And that screen took a while to develop. Remember, the guys in front of the screen are just in a hurry to block, so after they take their normal count, they're just going to release.
So that'll move it back 5 yards, but from where, I guess I don't know, since, well, 5 yards from the line of scrimmage.
From the
I'm
line
not
of
sure
scrimmage,
what
right.
the conversation is here.
Well, maybe they're discussing what other penalty have we called.
Yeah, what
tonight.
haven't we called yet? So second down and 14 for Garden City, but time is not on their side with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in this one. McDaniel will be in the backfield. 4 wideouts for the Cougars. Crestwood with one man way back. McDaniel. He's got a man if he turns and looks. He doesn't. McDaniel,
underthrown.
pretty good pass. Could have been picked off by Toko.
Toko was their safety over there, and he that ball was too short for him too. So it's going to be 4th down.
This could be Garden City's last chance here to gain any kind of momentum and hope to go down and score.
Well, if they don't get the first down, you're just going to see Crestwood run the clock out.
So here we go. All comes down to this play. Walter finds his man, but he is short. Barely made it past the original line of scrimmage. Garden City will turn it over on downs. 1st and 10, Crestwood Chargers. Take an opportunity now to thank our volunteer crew here at Omni Edition Television and GCTV. Out here for a couple of days on the setup, and a very long day today here at Garden City High School to cover this homecoming game for you. But our thanks to Jason Merrow and Brett George, our senior camera people here that have been here for boy, over 30 years. Brendan George, Brett's son, who's working as a legacy. Zach Witt, who is up top running one of our cameras. And in the truck, we've got Noah Piggott, along with Alex Algott. Christian Gibbons is our producer, and Zach King is our director here tonight. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Again, this is part of 3 games we're doing in 24 hours. As surprise, surprise, we see a flag. Probably on a late hit.
Hey, there's Zach. There's Zach and Brendan.
Or Zach and Brendan.
They're excited to get on TV.
Referee's mic fell apart sometime in the 3rd quarter. So he just abandoned ship and tossed it off the field. So we'll have to wait and see what the call is.
I think I see Merrow in there somewhere. Oh, there's a hand.
And that is against the Cougars. I want to thank also Gary Carter for bringing our lift out for us today. Wow, I didn't realize how high up he was.
You couldn't tell from that angle.
I don't do heights like that, especially not in something like that. Holy Toledo.
Does that even have a center of gravity? I don't think it does.
There's a handoff up the middle. And Garden City. Nice tackling there with a minute 30 and some change remaining. And congratulations to our homecoming court, specifically to Jordan tonight. Cougars have 3 more games after this, only 1 home game. They travel to Belleville and Clarenceville. They'll wrap up the season at home against North Farmington. And the side judge comes over to talk to one of the Roffies. Both the Roffies and Jim Baker flag on the sideline. And sportsmanlike conduct call against Garden City. It may be on the bench. Of course, each Roffie can blame it on the other one because no one can tell them apart. And they got to tell their wives tonight they can just blame it on the other one.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call against Garden City.
It looks like they're lining up to take a knee here.
As
Garden City's
time is running out on first down. They will be able to take a knee 3 times, and this one will be in the books. A big win for the Crestwood Chargers. Tough loss for Garden City.
If Crestwood doesn't get an illegal motion penalty here, you don't have to apologize to me.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Give me some more 50-50 tickets to throw at you. So make sure you get out here and check out the fall sports season as it winds down. GardenCityAthletics.com. GardenCityAthletics.com is the place to go. Find out the schedules, the maps to the road games, and all the information you need about Cougar sports. Our thanks to Garrett Simpson for his help for today's broadcast and helping to make us feel welcome as he always does here at Garden City High School. So that's going to wrap it up on homecoming, a 21-7 win for the Crestwood Chargers on the road at Garden City. A very, very tough loss for Garden City. They dominated on offense at the very beginning of this game, but the wheels came off in the second quarter. Some absolutely bizarre officiating tonight that probably didn't lead to Garden City's downfall, but you hate to see the officials have that much impact on the game and take the kids out of it. Ted and Jeremy, final thoughts on a tough night for the Cougars?
Well, I think it was a typical game. The Cougars wanted to run the ball. They ran it early. And then a couple, I thought, a very significant move on Crestwood's part. They went from a 3-4 defense to a 4-3. That kind of throttled the running game. I enjoyed working with you, Dan and Jeremy. I can't understand why you missed your homecoming. You should be at homecoming.
Jeremy, a Franklin grad here at Garden City High School. We were happy to have him. Thanks for being here, Jeremy.
You're welcome.
All right, that is going to wrap it up again. Thanks to all of the volunteers here at GCTV and Omni Edition Sports, and thank you for watching. The final, Crestwood comes away with a 27 win over the Cougars. I'm Dan York. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.